morning. All right, you guys. So we're going to start our breath on our mats today. So please make sure that you're really caring for your low back because we're going to spend a little time here. So if you need, make sure that you've got a little extra prop underneath your legs, or if you choose, please feel free to put your legs up on your chair. Okay? There we go. All right. So coming all the way back to the mat. So I saw yesterday on Instagram, there was another teacher who was doing a review of what teaching on Zoom was like. And it was like, there was all this shaking for the video and movement. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope I'm not doing that to all y'all. So here we go. Coming all the way back down. So you can lay down either flat, or you can have your knees bent, or you can have your knees propped by blankets or bolsters. So please choose whatever feels best for you. Those of you that are joining us from the cold country, please feel free to put a blanket over your legs to make sure that your body temperature stays nice and stable, since we're going to be starting from a laying down position. What I'd like to have you do is just place your hands on that low belly, and your first few cycles of breath, just let your body breathe you, and I want you to feel what parts of your body move from this plane of gravity. So sometimes when we lay down, we get a different sense of our body versus when we're sitting. So just take a little bit of time to connect into how your body feels laying down, and how your breath moves from this plane of gravity. And then it'll also give you the opportunity that if you need to fidget a little bit with where you are in your position, that you can do that. Okay. All right. Once you feel that you're grounded and you're comfortable, I want you to go ahead and just let the focus be on the low belly breath. Don't worry about filling the other two parts of your diaphragm and your lungs. Let's just begin by focusing on the low belly, so that as you inhale and your low belly extends and opens towards the ceiling, I want you to hold the image of, as you feel that expansion, that's actually helping your diaphragm stretch and gently pull down towards your belly button. And then as you exhale and you release that breath from the low belly, and at the end you gently squeeze that in, what you're doing is gently feeling the retraction of that diaphragm. And by squeezing in, you're just helping to push it up and gently squeeze a little bit more of the air remaining in your lungs out. And just take a few cycles of breath playing with this idea that as you inhale and you expand the low belly, you're feeling the diaphragm gently draw down. And as you exhale, and of course you're doing this with your cycle of breath, as you draw that low belly back in towards inside, in between the bones of your pelvis, you're actually helping to push it back up so that it can help really get your complete exhale. And let's do that one more time. Filling that low belly. And then as you exhale, gently drawing in to help push the diaphragm up. So in this next part of the breath, I want you now, we're going to focus on filling the low belly, but then also filling the middle section, okay? So everything up until the bottom of your sternum. So as you begin, it's a low inhale, start from the low belly, and then let it fill all the way up to the sternum. And then as you exhale, I want you to release the area that's sternum to navel first, and then draw navel into low belly second. And just follow your breath again. So as you inhale, you're inhaling from belly button to below, so say just above the pubic bone. And then you're filling from belly to the bottom of your sternum, your xiphoid process. And then as you exhale, you're releasing from that middle belly area and then drawing in and up. So all we're doing right now is we're just increasing how our body's moving and also support for the diaphragm. So again, inhale, low belly, and then belly. And then exhale, releasing from belly and then down to low belly. Good. Looks like we get Risa joining us. Good morning, Risa. And then one more time. Fill from the low belly to the middle belly. And then releasing from the middle belly back down to the low belly. So the next set of breaths, we're going to now also include our rib cage. Okay, so this is going to be from the bottom of the xiphoid process all the way up to the collarbone. Okay, so that as you inhale, it'll begin from the low belly, drawing in to the middle section, and then finally filling those upper lobes of the lungs through the rib cage and up to just below the collarbone. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, release that gently from the collarbone through the rib cage, down into the mid belly, and then finally down to the low belly, drawing up and in. So by engaging all three parts, so again, one more time, inhale, come from the low belly, fill the middle belly, come up into the rib cage, the upper lobes of the lungs. What we're doing is we're really activating and asking all parts to move, expand, and stretch. And then as you exhale, release from the rib cage, down to the mid belly, and then finally down to the low belly. So as you focus on this breath, this inhale and exhale, I want you to think that what you're doing as you focus on this really mindful breath, so keep doing slow inhale, going from low belly to mid belly to upper and then the rib cage, and then releasing from the rib cage to the mid belly and down, is that what you're really doing is you're asking your lungs and your diaphragm, this is their yoga, okay? So this is how you stretch and open into a lot of the inner parts of your body. You do it through your breath. So when we say that you do your yoga from the inside out, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about doing the yoga and coming from the lungs, coming from the rib cage, and coming from the diaphragm. And by uniting all three of those things, you're asking your respiratory system to do its own yoga, which is why it's so important to continue to focus on your breath even as we do all the rest of the more external yoga. Yoga should always come from the inside out. That's what it means. Do your yoga starting from your respiratory system and then engage from there. I'm going to be quiet now. I want y'all to do 3 more cycles of breath. Coming from the bottom, filling to the top, exhaling from the top, releasing all the way down to the bottom. At the end of the 3rd cycle of breath, just place your hands over your heart so I know when you're ready to continue on. Okay. As you finish your breath, we're going to get ready to shift into the next piece. This is one of my favorite ways to sing. I want you to really focus on how the vibration of your sound moves through your body. Does it stay in just your lung area, or does it move down a little bit more? Can you feel it spread all the way down to the low belly and into the pelvis? Does it move all the way up into the head, the sinuses, the nasal cavity? And does it move all the way down to your feet? Everybody resonates in the sound a little bit differently. So just observe how it moves through your body. We'll begin by singing the sound of ah, then we'll move into the sound of o, and then the sound of On the 4th breath, please set your intent for what you desire today in your practice, making it an I am statement. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, use that full diaphragmatic breath. And then when you're ready, gently allow your arms to come down by your side. Take a moment and make sure that you have a block handy. And then once you have made sure that you have your block handy, just put it over to the side. We're going to begin. It's a little bit like snow angels, you guys. So we're going to do a deep breath of joy from here. So I want you to start with your fingertips down by your side. Take a deep inhale, sweep those arms all the way up along the floor, just like a snow angel. And then as you exhale, release everything back down. And then again, deep inhale. Second set of snow angel. Big breath of joy. Exhale, let it release. And just one more time as you do this, take a moment to notice if any parts of your upper body are a little cranky this morning. So then one more time, deep inhale. And exhale. And then bringing your arms out, T formation, allow your palms to be face up. We'll start there. I want you to take a moment and just feel those inner edges of the shoulders begin to squeeze together. So gentle retraction. Again, we're doing this on our back, so this is going to feel a little bit different than when we do it on from a seated position. Squeeze and then let it relax. On the exhale, and then again, inhale, squeeze, coming from that gentle horizontal position of the arms. If you have one side that really is a little bit hesitant to work, just love it. See if you can engage it, let it relax. Now I want you to turn your palms down. See if that changes or how it changes your shoulder movement. So again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, gentle squeeze. Pause at the top with the breath, hold the squeeze, and then exhale, gently allow it to relax. And then one more time this way, slow, steady inhale, gentle squeeze. Hold the squeeze and the breath at the top. And then gently, slowly let it release. Taking the block that you have handy, I want you to bring it up over your head again. Your palm, base of the palm is going to cradle it so that fingertips come up along the side. You have it so that it's the wide side. There we go. Everybody's cradling the wide side. All right, so when you're ready, I want you to really engage and feel what's going on in the back on your shoulder blades, your scapula. So when you're ready, inhale, and I want you to slowly bring the block up over the head. As you do that, I want you to see if you can take the bottom of those shoulder blades and feel them anchor and maybe even pull down a little bit towards the waist. So you're only going to take the block as far as your arms say yes. Breathe. When you get as far as you can go, I want you to hold this. I want you to see if, again, while you're here, you can connect into the lower part of the shoulder blade. Feel it engage, moving down towards the waist. You might feel a slight retraction in the shoulder blades as well. That's fine. And you might feel some opening along the lateral side of the rib cage. That's great. When you're ready, inhale. See if you can continue to stay connected to the shoulder blades. Slowly, gently bring the arms up. Again, stopping when you hit vertical. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. As your arms come up over your head, I want you to pay close attention to the shoulder blades, and again, see if you can anchor that lower part of the shoulder blade, attach it to the rib cage, and maybe even feel it slide down towards the waist just a little bit. When you've gone as far as you can, hold and breathe here. Stay active through the shoulder blades. Long, slow, steady breathing. And then when you're ready, squeeze through your glutes as you do this. even as you're keeping the focus on the shoulder blades, bringing the block back up. Good. And then gently, slowly release the block. From here, we're going to roll over onto our bellies. We're going to begin by bringing that right arm out horizontally. Palm is facing down. The left arm comes in close to the body, and fingertips are just behind the collarbone. Okay, so the elbow, this left elbow, actually feels like it moves pretty easily towards the waist. If this is too much compression through the lower lumbar spine, please put a small blanket underneath your pelvis. Okay, so from here, what I want you to do is it's a slow, steady inhale. You're going to press down through that left hand, and you're going to gently roll yourself onto that right side. The side of the head, as long as it's comfortable, is going to just gently rest on the mat. And I want you to breathe here. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Just take a moment to notice where you're feeling the opening through the front, opening through the back. Okay. And then gently, slowly allow that to release. So you're going to just roll yourself back onto your belly. Take a moment, bend into this right arm, bend into the left. Make a little pillow for your forehead so that you can gently rest. And if your body says yes, do a little shimmy shake through the hips to just release any tension that you have going through the lower spine and pelvis. Okay, we're going to release this again. So I want you to take that left hand, bring it back round by your side, bring that right arm back out again at 90 degrees. And I want you just to take a moment and notice if things feel a little bit more open on this second set. So when you're ready, as you inhale, gently press down, roll yourself over onto your side. Allow that right side of the head to gently rest as long as that's comfortable. If you need to place a little pillow or a little blanket underneath your head, that's great. This time, we're going to allow this to be a little bit more active. So what I want you to do from this place is I want you to take that inner edge of that right shoulder blade and gently begin to squeeze it toward the spine. So all we're doing now is we're making this a little bit active. We're just saying, hey, can we find the muscles? And notice how that changes things. Notice from this plane of gravity, by doing this gentle squeeze, where else you might be feeling the action and the opening. Squeeze a little bit more. You're still doing that slow, steady, deep diaphragmatic breath. We're always doing our yoga from the inside out. And then gently, slowly release. Unwind. Take a moment once you're all the way down and just move that right arm back and forth a little bit. Take it from above, so fingertips are pointing forward a little bit like Superman, and then exhale, turn the palm and let the back of the hand come to rest across the low back, up just at the sacrum. And then inhale again, fingertips pointing down. Exhale, sweep it back, turn the palm up, resting at the sacrum. One more time. Deep inhale, fingertips are pointing forward. Exhale, palm is facing up, resting on the sacrum. And then let it relax. Okay, again, You've made a little pillow for your forehead, a little shimmy shake through the low pelvis if that's what feels best. And now we're going to get ready to do the second side. So we're going to move now to the left side. So you're going to take this right arm now, bring it behind so that the elbow moves towards the waist easily. Can you see me kind of flapping my elbow? Left arm comes out. Okay. And on this side, very slowly as you inhale, press down through that right arm, roll on to that left side. Okay. And let your head rest. Beautiful. Good, you guys. So this first one, we're just finding the opening. We're not asking our bodies to do anything. We're just allowing things to begin to open and stretch. Good. And just notice how this side feels. Breathe. And then very gently, very slowly, roll yourself down. Bring that left arm in. Bring that right arm in. Allow your body to do a little bit of a shimmy shake. Slow, steady breath. Pause, and now we're going to sweep that right arm back round. Left arm again is going to come out. On the inhale, press into that right arm. Roll yourself onto that left side. Let the left side of your head gently rest. And now this time, I want you, as you focus on that full diaphragmatic breath, squeeze that inner edge of that left shoulder blade towards the spine. And breathe. And just notice how this feels for you. Breathe. Feel the squeeze, feel the engagement. Beautiful. Very nice. One more cycle of breath. And then I want you to go ahead and release. Gently, slowly come back over. Again, you can go ahead and bring this right hand down and forward so that the forearm is on the mat. When you're ready, inhale, and I want you to bring those left fingertips forward, a little bit like Superman. As you exhale, sweep that arm all the way back. Turn the palm so that it's facing up and let it rest on top of the sacrum. Inhale again, fingertips forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Palm facing up, resting on top of the sacrum. One more time, inhale, fingertips forward. Exhale, sweep that arm back, bend into the elbow, palm facing up, resting on the sacrum. Release that. Let your hands make your little pillow. Gently rock your pelvis from side to side if that's what your body needs. Full breath. And then gently release that. Hands are going to come back to either side. As you inhale, I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Press down through the palms so that you can gently bring yourself into tabletop. We're going to go ahead, grab our block again. Now remember, it all depends on how much height you need. If you need more height, turn it up, okay? Otherwise, it's going to rest on the long, flat side. And then I want you to turn it so that it's horizontal. Can everybody see that? So what you're doing is you're making it look like this, and then place it down. Okay. Forearms, we're making this a little bit more challenging. Forearms are coming down. You're walking your knees back. And now what I want us to do is we're going to begin to connect into our serratus anterior. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a moment and feel, as you're here before we begin, I want you to connect into the shoulder blades again, and I want you to feel them slide down, even if it's just a millimeter. So I want you to pull them down towards the waist. From there, I want you to take the upper parts of those arms and I want you to draw them together. Lots of activation. From this amount of activation, you're going to go ahead, hold that activation and inhale, slowly, gently, bring yourself across the block so that the chin can touch the top edge of the block. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, now we're engaging into the core, squeezing through the glutes. You're going to bring yourself gently, slowly, all the way back so that the top of the forehead can again touch on the block. One more time. Come from this very engaged place, squeeze through the glutes, engage through the shoulders. Slowly bring your torso forward so that the chin can touch the top edge of the block. Exhale, engage through the glutes, squeeze into that core. Gently pull yourself back so that the top of the forehead touches. From here, if your body says yes, you're going to hold this position, lengthen, so that you can curl underneath the toes. If that's too much, you stay with the knees bent. Take yourself into half dolphin plank. Face is now over the block. If you'd like to do something a little bit more, touch your nose to the center of the block and then push back down, up and away through the forearms. One more time, we are squeezing. And I need to bring my hips down. I'm cheating. Gently touch the nose to the block. Back up. Beautiful. Bend back into the knees. Keep those knees high if you need to. Open through the arms. So you're either coming into child's pose or you're coming into puppy. Wherever your knees say yes, that's where you go. So breathe. And let everything relax. Deep full breath. Soften your body. Play with your shoulders. If your shoulders have shrunk up so that they're hugging your ears, play with how it feels to pull them down towards your waist. And then gently, slowly release. We're going to come back onto our backs now. Is everybody getting a little bit warm? Yes, did we heat ourselves up? Go team. Okay. This is the last part. We got to work, make sure that all the body bits are functioning. So when you're ready, come all the way back down onto the back. For this next part, you guys, please make sure that your low back is protected. Like if it's difficult and low back is not your favorite thing, please place your hands, palms facing down, underneath your pelvis, just to give yourself a little bit of extra security. Otherwise, arms are down by the side, palms facing down. First part, just gently lengthen your legs up. You're going to have as much of a bend in your knees as you need to. Flex through your feet, and then point your toes. Flex through your feet, and then point your toes. Turn your toes out so that the heels touch. And then turn your toes in so that your big toes touch. Come back, flex through the feet, point through the toes, turn your feet out so that the heels touch, turn your feet so that the big toes touch. Breathe here. This one typically for most of us is a little bit more difficult to get the big toes to touch. Let it relax. Take a moment and just bending into the knees, do a little bit of rolling from side to side. Okay. Lengthen back into your legs. This time what I want you to do is, if possible, I want you to, you're going to point through the toes, and then once you have your toes pointed, I want you to flex just your feet. So you're actually pushing and feeling the energy go through the ball of the foot. Pada Bandha. Okay? If that doesn't work for you, keep the toes pointed. If that doesn't work for you, flex through your feet. Okay? So from here, I want you to find your glutes. I want you to squeeze first through the left glute, and then lift that hip an inch off the floor. Let it relax. Squeeze through the right glute. Lift that hip an inch off the floor. Let it relax. Squeeze through both glutes. So this is a balance between your core muscles and your glutes. So squeeze strongly through the glutes and gently hug the muscle to the leg. Slowly draw a line going from the ceiling down towards the floor. Now, this is as far as my body says it's safe to go this morning. So it doesn't need to be a big movement. What does need to happen is that you need to be really focused on squeezing through your glutes and squeezing through your core. When you're ready, slowly, gently, inhale back up. Good. From here, we're going to take our legs over to the right. Again, small, precise movements. Because we're moving over to the right, I want you to pull and squeeze together that right side. Keep squeezing through the glutes and the core to create the stability. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, exhale. Squeeze through that right side gently, slowly. Lower the legs over towards the right, just a little bit. So again, this is not about how low I can go. Instead, this is about how much I can squeeze and I can activate. So keep squeezing, keep activating. If your legs are shaking, that's great. When you're ready, inhale, bring yourself back up. Big breath. So take a deep inhale. Big ha sigh out through the mouth. When we're ready, let's move this over to the left. So now we're going to squeeze from the left side. Slow, steady inhale. Exhale. Squeeze. Engage through the glutes. Bring those legs over a little bit to the left. Breathe. Squeeze. If the legs are shaking, that's great. Release. Bend into the knees. Gently stretch that back. Okay. From here, bring the feet down, grab a block, squeeze through the glutes to help support, lift the hips and place the block so that the top edge is just below the dimples on your pelvis. So just breathe here for a moment. Let everything soften. Really focus on that deep diaphragmatic breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to gently stretch into our psoas now. So very gently, very slowly begin to slide that right leg so that you gently lengthen into it. You're doing this really slowly so that you know the moment the invitation has been extended and your body says, that's enough. Once you reach the place of invitation, let everything relax. Let everything soften. Give your body the opportunity to gently, slowly, just like we're in a yin posture, open up. Use that deep diaphragmatic breath. One more breath. And then gently bring that right leg up. See if you notice a difference now between the right side and the left side. Pause here. Let your body reconnect. And now when you're ready, slowly, gently extend that left leg. And again, you're going slow so that the moment your body invites you and goes, oh, that feels so good, that's where you stop. Wherever you are, breathe fully. Use that diaphragmatic breath. It's really important here that you focus on that low belly so that you really find that extension. Beautiful. Good. Very nice. Making sure that you're taking care of yourself and your body. That you are always breathing that full diaphragmatic breath. Everybody looks beautiful. Good. And handsome. Notice if you have a different field of sensation on this side versus the other side. We have habits throughout our daily lives where we do not use our bodies equally on both sides. This is one of those great places to find it. 2 more full cycles of breath. At the end of the second cycle of breath, gently, slowly bring the leg up. Pause. Take a moment to notice how this feels. And then when you're ready, squeeze those glutes, lift the hips. Notice if that feels easier. Remove the block. Come up onto the toes and the ball of the foot as long as that feels comfortable. Squeeze and very gently, very slowly roll yourself down. Bring your knees in. Let your hands rest on either behind the knee or just below the kneecap. Nice. From here, we're going to move into Blissful Baby, Ananda Balasana. So I want you to bring the soles of the feet up, run those hands along the inner edges of the legs, place the soles across. Knees are now wider than the trunk. Breathe here. Connect into that low back. This first part, all we're doing is letting gravity be the main mover. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. From here, if you choose, this is not something that you need to do. Please pay attention to what your body's telling you. If your body says yes, we're going to take this into something isometric. So begin by squeezing the glutes and then press the feet into the palm of the hand. There's no movement. All we're doing is working from a neuromuscular place to reboot the connection between our brains and our muscle fibers. So squeeze and feel the resistance. Squeeze. It's like you're trying to move in two directions at once, but there's no movement, just activation. And then gently release. Come back to allowing gravity be the main mover, so everything is soft and you're just letting everything relax. Again, always from the space of invitation. Gently, slowly. Hands either release that, and hands once again are either underneath the knees or holding on just below the kneecap. If your body says yes, I want you to draw very small circles, graduating into something bigger through the knees. You're going to move this in both directions. And then now we're going to reverse it. Start small, opposite direction. Let it grow bigger, just like a spiral. And then gently, when you're ready, roll yourself over onto your side and gently press yourself up. Okay. How do we feel? How does that low back feel? Does it feel okay? Yeah? Yes? Okay, good. All right. So from here, you guys, I want you to grab your block again. We're going to do some standing postures. So if you know that your ankles are a little grumpy in standing postures, please make sure that you put out some extra blanket. I'm going to change the camera angle and then I will join you. All right, you guys, here we go. So, grabbing a block or both, because this is really dependent on how open we're feeling today. We're going to go ahead and start by opening our feet about 2 to 3 feet, okay, or more. And I'm just going to end up with cold toes. Okay, there we go. All right. So from here, you have your blocks handy. Hands are at the waist. We're going to bring ourselves into a forward fold gently. So I want you to keep as much bend in the knees as you need to. You're going to squeeze through your glutes, engage through your core, and either roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time or shift those hips back and float down with a flat back. So this is completely up to what your body says it wants. When you've come as far as you can, you're going to stack your blocks so that your blocks meet your forehead, and then hands are going to come to either side of the blocks. And I want you just to focus on your breath here. So let everything soften right here. And just take a moment to let your body find itself in this posture. It usually takes 30 seconds to a minute to begin to really connect all the bits and pieces into where you are. I want you to take a moment while you're here finding yourself and gently squeeze those glutes a little bit. And then let them relax. Notice if that helps your low back as you bring yourself in. So now that we've been here for a minute, what I want you to do is you're going to take your right hand and I want you to place it on top of that top block. Lengthen the arms. So now we're going to open in a little bit. Left arm, you're going to go ahead and you're going to begin this twist all the way at the right hip. So shift the right hip over to the left a little bit. Feel the torso turn. I want you to squeeze a little bit through that right side and then lengthen that left arm up. Gaze towards the ceiling. Beautiful, you guys. Remember, the arm is last. So focus first on the hips, then on the spine, and then let the arm take its place. Press down through that right arm. Squeeze that left shoulder blade inner edge towards the center as you continue to lengthen through the left fingertips. Gently, slowly allow that arm to come down, torso to unwind, hip to release, and then very gently bending into the knees as much as you need to sink back into that forward fold. So the forward fold becomes a place of rest. Breathe and soften. One more full diaphragmatic breath, full cycle of breath. And now I want you to place that left hand on the block. Lengthen into the torso. This time I want your left hips to gently push a little bit over to the right. You guys, this is a lot like a golf swing. So you're starting from the pelvis, then your arm is still by your side. Allow your trunk to turn towards the right. And then once your trunk is turned towards the right, gently lengthen that right arm up. Breathe. Beautiful. Awesome. Everybody looks fabulous. Good. Breathe. Press down a little bit through that left arm and take that right inner edge of the shoulder blade. Squeeze that a little bit towards the middle, even as you continue to lengthen into those right fingertips. Okay, you're going to release the arm first. Then gently unwind your trunk. Release that left hip. Bending into the knees as much as you need to. One more time. Gently bring yourself forehead resting on the blocks. Back into the posture. Breathe. Feel your body relax. One more cycle of breath. And from this place, you're going to shift your body weight back into the center of your feet. Squeeze those glutes. I know that this is a wide stance. So I want you to squeeze the glutes, bring the torso up, and let your arms come out like an airplane. Squeeze those inner edges of the shoulders together. Breathe. Beautiful. Everybody looks fabulous. Good. Nice. Very nice. Exhale. Gently, slowly release. Grab both blocks. We're going to walk ourselves and our blocks over towards that left foot. And then extend the blocks out and stretch. So you're going to shift your hips over to the right so that you can lengthen into that right rib cage. Breathe here. Slow, steady movement. Slow, steady breath. Really focus on your diaphragmatic breath rate here. And then gently, slowly release that. Shift the hips back to center. Place the blocks down where you had them. And again, gentle forward fold. Let everything release. Okay, from here, again, we're going to move into a wide-legged half chair. So I want you to squeeze first into your glutes. Take a moment to see if you can find your adductor muscles. Pull them towards each other a little bit to balance the squeeze. Gently, slowly lift that torso, arms out like an airplane. Breathe, squeeze. Beautiful, very nice, lovely. And then gently, slowly release that. Come back down. Take your hands to your blocks. I want you to walk your blocks now over towards the right, gentle twist. Once you get them so that they're over by that right foot, I want you to shift your body weight over into that left hip. So you're pulling to the left and allowing that left rib cage to start to open up a little bit. Breathe. Beautiful. Good. Everybody looks great. Very nice. So at this point, it's not really so much about the hamstrings as it is about that left rib cage. Feel the opening there. Slow, steady breath. Gently, slowly release that. Bring the hips back to the center. One last time. Blocks go so that you can press your head on the blocks. Feel your body ease. And gently, slowly lengthen into your arms. Bring your arms to the top of the blocks. And then from here, bend into one knee and then the other knee. Gently, slowly bringing yourself down. Place the blocks over to the side. Okay. And we're coming all the way back down onto our mat. Go team. Slowly, slowly, gently. Bring it down. Okay. Take a moment and just notice how the body is feeling. We've done a lot of new movement today, you guys, so please be very proud of yourself that you've made it through all of this. That's awesome. One more time, I want you to bring your legs up. We're going to begin by bending into this right leg. Place the ankle just above the left kneecap. Hands, right hand is going to go through. Left hand is going to go around on the outside. You're going to bend gently into that left knee. Or if your body says yes, and you have a little bit more space, interlace your fingers just below the kneecap and breathe. Slow, steady breath. Letting this right hip begin to open. If your body says yes and you'd like to make this a little bit more isometric, I want you to squeeze into both glutes and gently press that left knee into both of your hands, or the back of the left thigh into both of your hands. As you do that, I want you to stay connected to the backs of the shoulder blades and feel them ever so slightly retract towards the spine. Keep breathing, full diaphragmatic breath. Let that go, let everything soften. Slow, steady breath. From here, I want you to bring that left leg back up. You're going to slide that right leg all the way over so that the knees stack, and then you can bend into that left knee. From here, making sure that your blocks are handy, I want you to roll, moving yourself into a gentle twist, bringing both legs over towards the left. Once your legs touch your blocks, let everything relax. Let this right arm come out into T formation and let the left hand come just above that left kneecap. Excuse me, that right kneecap, my bad. So left hand above the right knee. Breathe here. And one more time. I want you to find and engage that right glute. Press that engaged right glute all the way down through that upper leg so that the upper right leg presses into that left hand. Squeeze. Really ask your body to activate. We're not moving, we're just activating. If the muscles shake, that's great. Breathe. And then gently let it relax. Feel it soften again. When you're ready, release the left hand. Draw the legs back up. Extend and lengthen back into the left leg. Slide that right leg back open. We're going to do eye of the needle one more time. Take the right hand, bring it through the hole. Left hand comes around on the outside. Interlace either underneath the knee or just below. And I want you to observe as you're here the second time, if you notice a difference in how your body feels in this posture. Beautiful. Really nice. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release your hands. Unwind that right leg. Bring them both back up. Bend into the knees. Let the feet come down. Blocks that were on the left, move them over to the right. Okay. When you're ready, lengthen back up into both legs. Beautiful. Good. This time, I want you to bend into that left leg, bringing it across. Left hand goes through the hole. Right hand goes around on the outside. Interlace either just behind the knee, or if your body says yes and it's not too much flexion through the knee, gently interlace the fingers just below the right kneecap. Breathe. Notice how your body feels on this side. When you're ready, I want you to squeeze into the glutes. If your body says yes and wants to take this into a more isometric posture, gently press that right knee into your clasped hands. And making sure that you're squeezing through the glutes. Using that long, slow diaphragmatic breath. And then relax, release that. From here, in when you're ready, release your hands. Lengthen that right leg. Slide the left leg all the way over and then bend back into the right knee. Arms are out, T formation, gently, slowly. Roll that lower torso towards your blocks, towards the right. Once your legs touch the block, allow the legs to relax. If your body says yes, I want you to take that right hand and place it just above the left kneecap. Breathe here. If your body says yes, and you'd like to make this something isometric, I want you to squeeze into that left glute and press that left leg into the right hand. Remember, no movement, just activation. If the body shakes, that's okay. Continue to breathe as you continue to activate. And then gently, slowly let it relax. And then when you're ready, release the right hand. Bring both legs back up. Lengthen back into the right leg. Slide that left leg back across so that it's open one more time. Left hand comes through, right hand comes around on the outside. Bending the knee over, folding like a sandwich, or if your body says yes, interlace your fingers just below the kneecap. It's all based on how much flexion your knee is happy with. Remember that we're always working from the space of invitation, where your body wants to lean in. Notice how your body feels this second time round on this second side. And then very gently, very slowly release. Lengthen back into that right leg. Slide that left leg away. One last time, bend into the knees. Give yourself a gentle hug. And then bring yourself into your final relaxation, however that looks for you. Let everything release, let everything relax. Notice the difference in your body. Let your eyes gently close. Let everything soften. Take a moment of gratitude for your body bringing yourself through your practice. Gently, slowly begin to find your way back. Start with fingers and toes, hands and feet. Allow them to make whatever movements feel best and most natural. And then bring that awareness back into your breath. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale through the nose. If your body says yes, bring your arms up over your head to stretch and lengthen. Really find that opening. Notice how it feels differently than it did when you first started. One last time, draw your knees high into your chest, give yourself a gentle hug, and then roll onto your side. When you're ready, gently press yourself up, back into a seated position, eyes closed, breath soft. one last time. Just take a moment to notice how you feel right now versus where you were when you walked in the door. I honor the divine in you that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be. Thank you, you guys. Okay.